Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Returning subscribers, I remove my glasses for you guys. You're welcome. I want to try and see how I'll adjust. I want to try and see how I'll adjust to no glasses and see if I can pull it off. I had a shoot earlier today and that's why I have makeup on. You guys know that I'm not really a fan of makeup, but I said okay, let me put it to good use because it cost me some money. Let me put it to good use before I wipe it off. So I decided to do makeup for this video. This video is actually dear to me because it's a trend that I've seen a lot, and I just hope that this video would help adjust some things that we expect or the things that we call normal in relationship. Let's talk about when love becomes control. See you in the next slide. Back, guys. So today we'll talk about what we want to talk about basically is manipulation. And what I've realized is manipulation is done by those we love or those that care for us or those that we care about, usually in relationships basically. So but today I'm going to focus on three relational aspects, talking about the romantic relationship. We'll talk about the spiritual relationship with pastors and spiritual leaders and all of that, and then we'll talk about parental relationships. I'm going to try to give various points. Manipulations are words, omissions, and actions that attempt to control how another person feels, thinks, and behaves. So a lot of times, I remember, let me share a story first. When I was in when I was in school, I think I was still in about 200 level. A friend of mine, if she sees this video, she will know she's what I'm talking about. A friend of mine was in a relationship that everybody in the entire hostel envied, because the guy was always calling, sending expensive gifts, talking to those our friends. We all, those of you that got calls from this guy, you'll be feeling yourself that, no, he's my own brother, or he's my own this, my own that. Anyway, it was something that was popular. And then just before graduation, they broke up. And when I asked my friend in details, all those long calls were monitoring calls. They came as love. They came as, I want to be sure that you are where you said you're going to go to. I want to be sure that you're fine. I want to be sure that you're in class. Give your phone to your friend. Let me talk to that your friend now. Is she there? I know you guys are there. Apparently, it was monitoring her. It was trying to know if she went to where she said she was going to go to, or she was lying and with a guy. He wanted to spend all our days with her basically because they were always on the phone. I was always even teasing that I don't want that kind of relationship with her. Shame me, I will not have my own time because I'm not really a call person. Like, yeah, we can talk. Maybe for instance, we can talk for 1 hour, but like there's 3 hours in a day. Leave me alone, let me breathe. Do you get? So, but a lot of time we were much younger, so it was so romantic, but it was manipulative. So, we want to look at these manipulative signs in marriages, and in relationships in that spans across. People get manipulated by their pastors. People get manipulated by their parents, right? Even by children, you can get manipulated. And one of the number one thing that is common with manipulation generally is that manipulation usually starts as care. I care for you. Tell me where you're going to. I care for you. This person that you said you're going to marry, do you know where is? Has he met me? Because I'm your number one caregiver. Oh. He must meet me. I must approve him. This, that. This person loves me. This person loves me. This person loves me. Manipulation. Of course, some people read. You see, the trick with manipulation is a lot of times it's difficult to differentiate because of it's almost the same thing as care. But the difference is in the intensity and the persistence. The intensity, persistence, and the reaction. So once a manipulator suggests something, is not actually suggesting, or she's not actually suggesting. If you don't do what they have suggested, there is trouble. I'll tell you another story. Let's give them pseudonyms. Ade and Funke are in a relationship, or they are married. Ade and Funke are married. Initially, when they go out together, Ade would pick Funke's outfits would literally iron her outfit, lay them down on the bed with her shoes and her jewelry. So initially, Funke thought it was sweet and nice until she started having ideas that, okay, I don't want to wear this white top, let me wear a green top. And he will literally sulk, he will literally cancel the date or cause or make sure that there's a major fight such that that outing is impossible. That is where that's an overt sign of manipulation. For most times, it's even covered, so it's difficult to even identify. But I hope you are understanding the difference. The care is, oh, what do you want to wear? Let me iron it for you. Let me lay it down while you're having your bath. Your bath. Manipulation is, I will choose what you want to wear, I will iron what you want to wear, I will lay what you want to wear down, and I will be greatly offended if you don't wear what I chose for you to wear without your input. Do you understand? Do you get? So so we've defined it. This is when love is control. When love is control, it is called manipulation. Manipulation is involved. Okay, so let's look at parental manipulation. You feel tricked. You feel tricked and pressured to doing things. It is almost impossible for you to say no as a child, and I'm talking to adult children. It is almost impossible for you to say no to your parents, whether it's your mom or your dad. Once you say no, the reaction is always exhaustive and exhausting for you. Very frustrated. That's when they will start saying, I'm the one that took you to school, oh, I'm the one that you took out of my two breasts. I'm the one that catered to you. Oh. Remember when you did not have money? I'm the one that provided this money for you. Oh. This, that. That is a sign of manipulation. When it is impossible for you to say no, it's almost impossible. And you feel, okay, even when you say no, you feel tricked. You feel pressured that, okay, you said no, but your parents find a way. They always find a way to ensure you do that same thing that you have said you don't want to do. Manipulation. Two, you can't do anything right as an adult. You can't do anything right, especially when it is your own decision. It's difficult for you to please these parents. It's difficult for you to get a thumbs up from them because as much as you are the one that decided to do this thing in your own way, it is never right. It is important. Then they twist the truth. They always twist the truth. They gaslight you as a child. Ah, your mom said this, and then when they just twist it, I didn't really say that's not what I meant. You're looking at yourself. No, now, mommy, but that's what you said. Daddy, but that's what you said. I said, no. Would you talk to me that way? What's that? So am I lying? As a parent, am I lying? Manipulation, and it is gunning for control. Sometimes parents even do this subconsciously. They start to do it out of, as a child, they start from prime when the child is helpless, when the child is literally depending on them for everything. But now you have a 30-year-old and you are doing the same thing. Your 30-year-old child cannot take a decision. Your 25-year-old child cannot take a decision. Once it's without your permission, it's stupid, it's wrong, it does not make sense. You even insult them. That parent is manipulative. They are never wrong. There's no how, even when you catch them like this, they'll do like this. These parents are never manipulative parents. They are never. How do you want to tell them that they are wrong? They are never wrong. Then they always play the victim. That's when they cry. You not have said anything, they've already started crying. Assuming your father was still alive. Assuming your mother was still alive. Is it because I don't have money? You're talking about something totally different. They start to cry over something else. Then, mommy, sorry, I don't want to see you cry. I don't want to see you cry. Okay, I will do what you want. That's manipulation. Manipulation. They blame the child for all the wrongs in their lives. Everything that goes wrong in their lives like this is the child's fault. It's because you don't call me. That's why I landed in the hospital. It's because you don't come and check up on me. It's because you have put your wife above me. It's because you have put your husband above me. Parents, these things I'm saying is not that a parent will exhibit everything. There's some parents that exhibit everything, and there's some parents that is just one or two or three that they exhibit. Manipulative. What their action is causing you to do what you didn't want to do, they are manipulative. They gaslight, they shame, they guilt trip you with fear, obligation, and guilt. That fear, obligation, and guilt is all anybody that gets you to do something, whether it is a good thing and it is done out of you must do it, or and if you don't do it, this is you feel guilty, heavily guilty, or you are even afraid to voice out a differing opinion. You're being manipulated by that party. They interfere in nearly every aspect of their child's life, the sex life, whether whether they are invited or not. Sex life, they are there. Financial life, they are there. Economic life, they are there. Relationship life, they are there. They are the ones dating the boy's girlfriend for them. They are the ones say they interfere in nearly every aspect. And like I said, it starts from care. I don't want you to make a wrong decision. I don't want you to take a wrong step. And wrong mistakes are a part of life. Let your child make mistakes, please. Then criticize. Okay, I've said that. Conditional love. Conditional love. A manipulative parent loves conditionally. So when you do this is when you get my love. If you don't do this, you don't get my love. When you call me every day, that's when I love you, or that's when I show you affection and attention. Once you don't call me every day, I can't show you affection and attention. When you do the thing I want, even if it's uncomfortable for you, or even if it is not something that you will naturally do, as long as I want it, without care for where you are at in your life, lack of empathy and respect. A couple of parents don't respect their children, no matter the age. No respect, and it shows in the way you talk about them. It shows in the way you talk to them. It shows in the way they relate with you. It shows in the way they even listen to you. Mommy, I don't like this thing. Mommy, don't do this thing to my child. Mommy, don't. And they do the exact thing you said they should not do. No respect. Spiritual manipulation. Power conditioning. Power conditioning is the number one, in the sense that a pastor preaches of how he's the one that has the highest authority in his church. If he doesn't enter a sermon, if he's not even preaching the entire topic, he's talking about honor. How the the laborers in God's vineyard are worthy of double honor. How, they use examples of Elisha and Elijah and all of that, Gehazi. In every sermon, I'm your covering and you cannot offend your covering, and power condition. They start to position themselves as even as though they're almost more powerful than God. I'll tell you a story of a family that wanted to travel. They saved up to travel to this land. When the pastor heard that they were going on vacation, he was angry that you didn't ask for my permission. A family, father, mother, and the children. The man said, you didn't ask for my permission. You didn't ask for my permission to go to where you're going to. So, and then a few days later, he had a dream that they should not go. And these people say, you know what? We know our God. They went. A few days after they got back, some leaders of the church went to visit them and told them that they have been ostracized from church. In other words, nobody in their church, because of their pastor's request, must relate with them. Even their children cannot play with children from the church. That is manipulation. Because they didn't tell you, because they didn't inform you, because you didn't inform this pastor, and it's okay. You don't have to inform him of every part of your life. It's okay. A pastor should train you to even be totally dependent on God, not on him. Control. A lot of human beings want control because it's almost like power. Another sign of spiritual manipulation is no transparency. They ask you, donate, give this money for this thing. You can't even ask them, what is the motive of this thing? Number one. Number two, even if you give them the money, you don't see it. Maybe they say, okay, give this money so that we can buy books in the library, in church library. You get to church library, there are no books, or the books, they are scanty. Scanty 1 month after they collected money. Scanty 2 months, 3 years, 4 years. And you can't ask that, oh, we donated money for this. What was it used for? No. You don't have the spiritual capacity or maturity to understand. That is manipulation. It initially starts as care. That's the thing. It initially starts as care. Another thing with spiritual manipulation or pastoral manipulation is, when I say pastoral, I don't mean pastors alone, even spiritual leaders, groups, and all of that. They want to be involved in every relationship in church. You know this person. The, the friends you must have in church are friends that they have approved that you should have. It's almost like if you befriend someone that they don't know, or in the same church, oh, they want to control the relationships. They want to control everything that goes on. A person wants to control everything that goes on in church. He doesn't delegate. Even when he delegates, it still must end up on his table. Manipulation. Manipulation is lurking. Let's look at romantic manipulation. Unhealthy jealousy. It starts as care. There's a little, of course, everybody is jealous. You just need to know the right triggers to know that you are a jealous person. Everybody's jealous. But unhealthy jealousy is that jealousy that leads the other person to do something, even almost to harm the other person. Is it you that somebody is liking? I saw you talking to this person in church, this, that, or I saw you talking to this man was smiling at you when you, what was he saying to you? What did you wear? What was the special thing that you wore that you deserve that audience or that attention? That is unhealthy jealousy. Unhealthy. Because he's jealous or she's jealous, but instead of her to say, oh, I didn't feel comfortable with this person or how this person spoke with you, they start to maybe minimize the person. Who are you? What have you done to get the attention of pastor? What have you done to get the attention of this celebrity? What did you wear? You that your birthmark is showing. You that you smell when you talk. Unhealthy jealousy. Trying to make themselves the only one that can appreciate you. Isolation is also a form of manipulation. When they isolate you, you feel isolated from, they've caused quarrel between you and all your siblings. Your parents don't talk to you as much. Your friends, you don't even have friends anymore. They are the only friend. They are the only one that fills the relationship vacuum in your life as a person. And it's not as if naturally that's who you are. Oh. They are the ones that forced you to be that way. Excuse me, sir or ma, you have been manipulated. You are being manipulated. Why do we? There are various reasons why people get to the stage where they manipulate others, but I'm speaking to people that are the victims of manipulative partners or manipulative partners, basically in relationship. Decide what you should or shouldn't do. I gave you the example of a boyfriend who was choosing the outfit. Everything you do, they're the ones that decided it. If you do anything out of their decision or their permission, you are in trouble. That's manipulation. Think about it. So people think, oh, it's just because he cares for me. It's just because he loves me. It's just because, as I'm talking about it, it's describing your relationship. You already begin to plan your exit strategy because that is not healthy in any way. They play the victim, just like parental manipulation. Anything that happens, they're the ones that were wrong. Even if they're the ones that hit you. Have you seen where a man will hit a woman and he'll be the one crying? You're the one that caused me to do it. It's because you did it. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. Every time. Every time. Every time they do something wrong, it's the other party that is wrong. It's the other party that caused them to do it. Always playing the victim. Something is going on. You people are having disagreements. You are arguing your side. He's arguing his side, and all of a sudden you are rude. All of a sudden you insulted him. All of a sudden everything is you. They don't see whatever they did. Manipulation. Another way to people are easily manipulated is silent treatment. Silent treatment. Anything that is going on. Maybe you guys have a disagreement. Shut down, and the person knows that this person will not feel comfortable, this person will feel hurt, will not know how to be in this relationship, so he weaponizes it. Another sign of emotional manipulation in relationship is guilt trips. When your partner guilt trips you, your food is nice, but if you had used my mom's recipe, it would have been nicer anyway, but I will eat it sha, because I mean, who else will eat it? I love you. Backhanded compliments, guilt trips. Basically, when you start to feel less of yourself, less of an adult, less of someone that has that has his own or her own sense in a relationship, you are most likely being manipulated. When you are not being heard, you're not being listened to, you're not even worthy enough in their eyes to be apologized to when they wrong you. That is a sign of emotional manipulation. And a lot of times we confuse control for love. A lot of people are being controlled. Some people have been controlled like that for years. Years they've been controlled. They've had children, they've had grandchildren, and they are still being controlled. Once you have an idea, once you have an opposing idea, they even expect for it to go wrong. Have you ever seen it? Where a pastor says, prophesy something, and someone says, no, I believe differently. And they're almost praying that that thing that you want to do will turn out bad so they can say they're right. Is the first class in witchcraft in 101. It's the truth. A lot of us are controlling. And I'm saying this not to only victims of of controlling spouses, but to you. Sometimes we are controlling and we don't know. It is a form of security because maybe you've been controlled. You just came from a parent that controlled all your entire life. You know that, okay, to get into this relationship and to protect myself, I will control it. Some people they are either controlled or they control. They don't know how to just be normal, just to love normally and to care one another. No, if this person is not controlling me, I will control this person. And that's what is so prevalent, so common these days. You see a lot of people and you're like, both of you are even controlling one another. One person is controlling one another. One person is being controlled to the point that person doesn't even have any identity. Controlled by parents, then you get into a marriage, you are controlled by your husband. Then after a while, you begin to be controlled by your children. So many controllers. Point of this video is to show you that any love that makes you feel less of yourself is not a healthy love. Someone who loves you, a person who loves you, even when you feel you are not worthy enough to take a decision, after a while, love grows you, love empowers you, love makes you confident, love enables you to do your own thing. That is why I am announcing to you today, even God does not control us. No, He convicts when you allow, when you give Him permission to. He convicts you, then He grows you to the point where your will and His will are intertwined. There's no even difference. So when God wills something, He knows He can trust you with it. God does not control you for His own selfish interest. Never. A lot of people we don't know how to love the way God loves. Well, if some of these things are said, defines how you love your friends. Your friends cannot even have other friends. You begin to look for these other friends' mistakes. You begin to make it bigger. Your friend your friend cannot have other friends. Your friend cannot breathe. I used to have a friend like that. Just so much stress until I let that friendship go. I was not breathing. It was choking me. People feel stifled in relationships. And some of them just say, well, now that I'm stifled, let me just stay there, Jare. And no, that is not the best for your life. That is not the best for your life. God didn't create you for you to be somebody else's shadow. Be yourself. Someone who loves you will want you to just be yourself. They just want to sit back and watch you enjoying your life and being yourself. I hope that this video, I think I'm just going to do another part talking about how to heal from a controlling relationship or how to get out of one. For parents, you can't shut them in that sense, shut them out or shut them off. But you can install boundaries. Very important. And those people that are controlling, they hate boundaries. Once you say you want to install boundaries like this, they'll say, you don't want me in your life again. No, is that what I said? Is that what I said? So, anyway, I hope you have learned a thing or two in this friendship. When is love control? Do you have any experiences with this, or are there some things I missed, I didn't mention? Please highlight them in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. You may be saving someone from getting married to a very controlling spouse. And don't forget to like. Thank you so much for watching up until this time. Till next time again, I remain Tolu Sam Oladako. Thank you for watching. God bless you.